Racers, JonRacer3 today for race 1 of the Hot Wheels JonRacer3 2020 Legacy Series. Now I teased this series in my 2020 video where I talked about what I was going to be doing over the year, and it's basically going to be a tournament of champions. As you can see right here, it's not a lot of cars because in 2017 I didn't have a lot of tournaments, but I'm going to be racing the winners of every single tournament that I've ever done on this channel, excluding duels and just regular series that I've done on my channel. So here we go, we have 10 cars about to face off on the Super 6-lane raceway down to the finish gate, but the finish gate's a little different this time because we have the slot car dragon timing system that's going to time these cars to see how fast they can really go down the 6th lane. So let me explain the rules. Each matchup is going to be like a normal matchup. It'll be the fastest car to the finish line will be your victor. Now the only difference is with the timing system is that the car with the fastest time will always be recorded, and if that car did not win the tournament, it will be put in a 1 versus 1 versus the car that actually won the tournament. This is going to be some very fast racing. We have a whole bunch of cars here that won in a whole bunch of different events. In 2017 I did a lot of drifting videos, so we have some cars that are in this tournament because of those drifting videos. Whether or not they will be fast is up to tell. Now let's go ahead and start off with our first race. We have the BMW M3 and the Mazda Furai. Now this race is a little different because in 2017 in my first video a Mazda Furai won it, but I don't actually have the Mazda Furai. It belongs to my friend Hot Wheels Tournaments, so this is going to be a substitute for that Mazda Furai. So let's go ahead and get racing. Here we go, we got a BMW M3 and a Mazda Furai. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, an extremely close race. And look at that, the Mazda Furai is going to put out a 2.414, just beating out the BMW M3. Next up, we have the BMW 2002 versus the Tesla Model X. Now, the reason this BMW 2002 is in this matchup is because it was on the winning team on a soccer video that I did a while back with my friend Hot Wheels Tournaments, and the BMW 2002 scored the winning goal. So that is why he is here, and the Tesla Model X won an SUV race. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, 2002 is super fast. It's going to pull out a 2.591, so not the fastest time we've seen, but it's moving on to the next round. Next up, we have a BMW M4 and a Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs. That BMW M4 moved here from a drifting video, and the Porsche is here because of a Sparta Tournaments video. If you guys remember what Sparta Tournaments are, well, you're an OG. I appreciate that. 3, 2, 1. Look at that Porsche fly. The Porsche is going to pull out a 2.502, beating out the 2.9 of the BMW M4. Not the fastest time we've seen today, but the Porsche is moving on. Next up, we have a Ford Shelby Gt3 50R versus a Lotus Elise. Now, if you guys remember, this certain Lotus Elise did very good in Hot Wheels Tournament Season 5 when I raced all of my cars against each other. This car won in a Retro GT Le Mans race that I did back in 2017, and this Ford won in a Cops and Robbers matchup. Who is going to take it? 3, 2, 1. Look at that Lotus absolutely flying with a very good time of a 2.390, beating out the Ford and moving on. And finally, for our last racers of the 2017 tournaments, we have an Acura Nsx R, which won a sort of choose-your-own-adventure Hot Wheels race, which was really cool and still one of my favorite videos to date. And that Enzo Ferrari's here from a drifting video, so let's see who takes this one. 3, 2, 1. And look at that, the NSX is going to take it with a time of 2.375, which is just a little faster than that Lotus. I was not expecting that, but the NSX has the fastest time so far and is moving on. And here you have it. Here are the 5 cars moving on to the next round. We have a Mazda Furai, BMW 2002, Porsche 911, a Lotus Elise, and then an Acura Nsx. I interrupt this program to let you guys know about my Instagram page. Now, on my Instagram, I post a lot of fun Hot Wheels and behind the scenes content, even thumbnails for upcoming videos and thumbnails that didn't make the cut. So if you want to see some awesome Hot Wheels content and maybe even some Forza content coming in the future, make sure you go click the link in the description, follow me on Instagram. It would be greatly appreciated. And that is all I wanted to say. So go ahead, check the Instagram, and now back to your scheduled video. Now, because we have an odd number of cars, the NSX is just going to have to race by his own to get a time if the time is better than what he already has. Since he is the time leader, he is all good, and he just has a bye to the next round. Unless there is a time faster than him, we will have 2 cars in the next round. Here we go. Mazda Furai versus BMW 2002. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the Mazda Furai is going to beat out the 2002 with a time of 2.399, which is actually a little faster than his last time, but it's not fast enough. Next up is the Lotus Elise versus the Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs. Can the Lotus win, or can the Porsche bring it back? This Porsche is pretty quick. 3, 2, 1, go. That Lotus just has such a good launch. He's going to get a 2.387, which is still just a little slower than that NSX. The Lotus is moving on, but it's not the fastest time. And here you have it, the NSX is still on the top of the leaderboard with a 2.375 best time. Who's going to pit up against the NSX? We have the Mazda Furai versus the Lotus Elise. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. It's going to be a close one. It's the Lotus Elise taking the win, but it still has a slower time than that Furai, because since the Furai is just a little longer, it left the finish line just a little bit later and finished just a little bit sooner. We're going to give that to the Lotus. That Furai put up a good fight, but in the end, it's the first car to the finish line. Who will be the first car to the finish line here? We have the NSX, who just breezed by, getting the fastest time to begin with. Then we have the Lotus, who fought his way here. Who is going to take it? 3, 2, 1. And look at that. It's going to be close. And would you look at that? It's going to be lane 2. That is the Lotus beating out the NSX. Even though the NSX had a faster time, the Lotus was the first car to the finish line. The Lotus is your winner today. The Lotus absolutely bringing it back is going to be your victor for the 2017 tournament series. Now, I know this video only had like 10 cars in it because it was 2017. I didn't make a lot of tournament videos then, but in 2018 I have 50 tournaments that we're gonna have to find the winners for and race them on this track. So I hope you guys are excited. That video will be coming out in around August, I believe, for the Legacy series. I really hope you enjoyed. This tournament is going to be great once we get all the Tournament of Champions. It's going to be extremely fast, extremely fun, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next tournament. Take it easy. Peace.